$2 million in yen. Because the American dollar is stronger over the other countries, but their dollars over here, the conversion rate from other countries over to America is not the same as the conversion rate from America to other countries, and that's why they're able to get. That's why some of those women overseas, when they do get with some of these passport bros, they think that they're rich, and then when they come over to America, they see that they're poor. Which is why there's so many women that will stay with them for 5-10 years, understanding that they're poor, and then they'll get their green card, and then they're out of there and divorcing them. Like, honestly, some of these women, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of these women that's overseas, that's feeding into that passport bro shit is smart because they know how to get into here. Not only are they biding their time getting their green card, but they're also sending money over to their families to help them get over here. And then once they get to a certain point in time, like 5 to 10 years in their marriage, they divorce, they go over to their families wherever they're at in the United States, and then whoever they want to marry in their community, they will marry. They're not like us in the black community. Black men will sit here and say because I'm gonna just use Tori for an example. Tori got 4 different baby daddies that they're not gonna that she don't deserve to get married. But even if this or she got 4 kids with one guy that she doesn't deserve to get married, versus with people in like the Asian community, they don't care that you have another child with somebody else. If you're established in your family, right? If you're established in your family, they will literally arrange you to another marriage. Like, that's how they work, because they understand the community. That's why, like, China, some countries in Africa, some other countries like Ukraine, Russia, Sweden, Austria, Australia, all of them have stronger social economies than America does, because we don't know the concept of community, especially with black people. We don't know the concept. And that's why there's so many black men who are saying, well, black women shouldn't be the leaders, because they should know that I'm the man of the house. Like, that's okay. You can be the man of the house, but understand, when you have a woman that knows what community is like, you need to pour into her. And if you're not pouring into her, then you can't be upset that the family fails. That's why there's so many black men in America that are mad. Not all of the black men are like that, but it's a lot of them like that, and it's irritating to see.
So, man. Oh, man. Go ahead, Alexis.
Zena kind of covered all the bases. You know, passport bros are unfortunately black men that's hijacking the white man's movement, except they're not marrying them. They really are just a bunch of hypersexual, dusty, dingy, dirty, broke, unattractive, and hypersexual, nasty individuals. That's it. They have no desires to do anything but spread diseases, create total chaos, be annoying. And they know that what they want, they can't get in America because they ain't got the money or the looks for it. That's all.
You think so?
I know so. You look at a passport bro, and and you'll understand why. You ain't got to say no more. Just look at them.
Damn, passport bros, y'all fucked, because the way they talking to like, yeah, man, some of these stories that I be hearing about the passport bros, I be like, wow, they be having a time they like. He like, yeah, man. One dude was like, yeah, I will never get this in America. She's loud. They black. You got women out there, other countries say, man, black women are loud and ghetto. They don't know how to take care of their man in America. Like, do you think they say that, or those men make them say that?
They be lying. They be lying, because there is loud women in every community. And for the fool that's talking about Stella got her groove back, baby, that's a movie. That is not a depiction in real life. There are not a group of women traveling the world. Like, you have to truly be uneducated and ignorant as fuck to leave the 4-block radius of your neighborhood where you have been starving and can't find great food or health plans or anything else. And the first opportunity that you get to get $200 is to get a passport and travel into some of the most beautiful countries, and you do nothing out there. You don't partake in the culture. You don't get educated. You just sleep with women. You catch diseases. You pass diseases, and then you come back and say, it's because the women in my neighborhood and the women over there are beautiful. You were trying to get the women in your neighborhood first, but they said no. That's why you're mad. And all of a sudden, it's the wigs, the weaves, the lashes, it's the nails. That's the trend. That ain't just black people. Like Zena said, that is becoming a pop culture situation that derived in urban culture. So all of the Latinas is walking around with the nails. All of the girls, YT women, Asian women, they all wear extensions, halo wigs, clip-ins, they all do the same thing. They all out there dancing.
Listen, that micro braiding.
Yeah, they all are doing these
bro,
things.
When I say, I'm gonna just be honest with you. That whole micro thing with the when they use like kind of like hot glue to a certain section, like a really tiny section of your hair. I think that's actually kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually kind of smart, but it's very dangerous because it messes up your hair follicles. From what I've been reading.
It can.
So,
it depends on the type of hair that you have. But
it also depends on the type of hair. Also depends on the type of hair, the type of glue, all that stuff. So like, you probably know more than me when it comes to hair because I don't know shit. But I do know. I think that was a kind of a smart thing for them YT women to do. Because now you ain't got to worry about going to the hair store and getting all that glue in your head and all that. Yeah.
Form of invisible extensions, aka wigs, for a long time. They got a headband with hair on it, and it's a halo wig. So that's what I'm saying. They use these things as excuses because the black women that they are attracted to are not attracted to them. It's not that these black men can't get any black women. It's the ones that they don't want them. So they sit there and they blame their entire community, their entire race, and they go out there and they deal with sexual exploitation with a bunch of prostitutes, and then they never marry them because they know exactly what they are.
3 or 4s. You got to say 3 or 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 or 4 is F1. I'll put a food in the comment section. And then they come back here and talk about they had their time of their life, but you're still struggling, you're still broke, you probably itching, and you trying to plan the next trip out there.
They probably itching.
Yeah, it's called the clap. I don't know. They all getting something.
I will say though, and then we got to get to Burb. I will say, like, I think the main reason why, like, even if them women wasn't really attracted to him, you know, the ugliest man can get the baddest bitch off his personality alone when he's genuine. Like, literally, the ugliest dude in the whole entire neighborhood can get the baddest bitch as long as his personality is good and his character is intact and he has good morals. And that's the issue that these passport bros are having. They don't want to unalive their ego. And I have literally been telling, I swear on these times on TikTok, even some of the most egotistic, my ego do be getting me in the way, and I be trying to figure out it's that ego, and everybody has it, but it's more cultivated within men because it's okay for you guys to have an ego. Woman has an ego. When a woman has an ego, oh, she just bougie. Oh, she thinks she all that. But when a man has it, oh, well, he's one of the most masculine men I ever seen. It's okay for y'all to have that ego, but if y'all have too much of an ego, that's when you're to a detriment to looking at.
So I'll come back to that question later. Go ahead, Bert.
Hey y'all. So I'm not sure if people know who I am, but I have my own network, and I talk to a global community. I'm a black woman, but I talk to a global community. I talk about the first time being here. Okay. I talk to women across the globe, even though and one of the best ways that they have been able to forever, they've been able to triangulate other women against black women simply by of black women. They're too loud, they're too this, they're too that. And then they make the other women feel a little bit better about themselves, put them on a whether we have social media, and black women have been able to show who we are outside of the writings of or the mouthpiece of men, black men and white men, because white men, you know, they put out the stereotypes of the Jezebel, the mammy tropes, and black men take it and run with it as well. We're all out here hypersexual and we're the issue. But when they go out into these other communities, they're taking their dysfunction with them. Women across the world are able to see that it wasn't necessarily black women, it's the men men dropping their baby batter wherever they go and not taking responsibility for these kids, not taking responsibility for their peen. They're just being community peen, and now they're trying to be global community peen. Many of these men that have been conquered by white supremacy, they feel that they're powerless because they won't punch up. They won't punch up to the white supremacist structure that keeps them down. But if they can conquer a woman, if they can get a wife appliance and have themselves be this demigod within their own home, then they feel a little bit better about themselves because they have a $50,000 income and think that they can cosplay as a traditional provider. They know that they can't cosplay as a traditional provider here in America or in any other high income countries. That's the reason why they go and try to cosplay as a provider somewhere else, even though all they really are smex pests. They're not actually like has already been traditions. They're not learning the languages. They're not learning anything about these women. They're looking for a wife appliance because they refuse to have a partner women as a wife appliance that's supposed to serve them, an incubator that's supposed to pop out the babies, and a bank maid. And that's pretty much the extent of it. Until people, and honestly, like I said, I have a global community of women that I talk to. Until men start seeing women as humans with human emotions more so than a wife appliance incubator bang maid, this is going to continue to happen. Men are getting frustrated globally because women are like saying, no, I'm tired of being treated like a servant simply because I have a uterus. I'm tired of trying to kowtow to the fact that you have a peen and think you're supposed to dominate. And so women are saying nope. And that's the reason why, and I study this globally, the birth rates are plummeting globally. There's only a few sub-Saharan African countries that are even above the replacement level. Women globally are shutting down their wombs because they are tired of men just thinking that they're going to dominate. And with that, I land y'all.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, brother at the bottom, then Bianca. What's up, Dunay?
By the way, his name is Frost if you can't read it.
Oh, I see it now, Frost.
Yeah, well, yeah, good afternoon. I just came on the live and I saw, what you were talking about, and I just made a comment saying that we've been having passport sisters for a long time, and they even made movies about it. So that movie, when I mentioned it, was just a movie speaking of what happened in like Caribbean countries that I can speak about. So it's been where you find a lot of foreign women come to Jamaica to get a man because they can't get one in their country. So that's why I said that they've been having passport sisters for a longer time, but they don't call them that. Going out to have fun and they find love. And that's a good thing. It's always shown as a good thing on the woman's side. When a man does that, he's a passport bro. So it's always a negative. Even in Jamaica, when you find a man that goes to the tourist areas, they want to get picked up by one of these foreign women. They have a bad name for them in Jamaica as well. They call them rentages. They go there to present themselves to be taken by a foreign woman. So it's always on the man's side. If they call them negative names, and they doesn't see the other side where the female is doing something and they don't call it a negative thing. Even with the age difference, you'd see a 50-year-old woman getting with an 18-year-old man, and it's like,
I need you. This you just said one more time.
What? I didn't hear you.
You said they go out there.
Who go out there?
You said the men go out there.
Yeah, you have Jamaicans in in the rural areas of Jamaica that go to the tourist areas just to get picked up by foreign women.
Okay.
Right? So it's been happening for a long time, but they don't have a name for it to say passport sisters. But when men start to do it, they call them passport bros, and they get shut down, and they, always the negative side.
The whole passport bro thing, it wasn't the whole passport bros wasn't a moniker that was bestowed by women. The men called themselves that. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does. It actually does matter. It actually does
stigmatized as a
matter.
negative
It
thing.
actually, Frost. It does matter. I'm gonna tell you why it matters. Because when it comes to the narratives, when it comes between men and women, men have the stronger voice because the system, the society is catered to them. I'm not saying
Okay.
60-year-old women being with 18-year-old children is okay. I'm not about to sit there and say that. I'm never gonna say that. You're never
Okay.
gonna hear me
But
say that, right?
what I'm trying to put, the point what I'm
One
trying to
of them.
say is,
Hold on. I just want to correct you
but
on
I was
something.
trying to make a point and I didn't get to finish my
The
point.
reason why negative connotation to them is because they are making babies and not taking care of them. Versus when it comes to these quote unquote passport sisters, if they get pregnant, 9 times out of 10 they're going to keep the child and take care of them and raise them, right? That's what's going to happen because at the end of the day, even if it came down to a point where they were doing this en masse, the women can only get pregnant once in a year. Versus when it comes to these men, they can go all around the world, all around the country, and make days. They're not, and
Okay.
not only that, and not only that, it's like y'all don't hear what we're saying, and you just want to. Right at this point, I feel like you're just trying to spread a narrative, and I don't like that.
Well,
I'm
So if
because
you're
I'm
at,
speaking
I
from
mean,
so
my
so
how
if you're
point of view
desperate
that
as
I've
women can
seen,
you be to go
that what
find
I
a
have
husband in
experienced. What
Jamaica?
I noticed that
I,
your ladies here,
Like that
speaking
is,
on
you
what
don't
you have
find that
experienced
weird,
and
Rich?
what you
You
know
don't find
about.
that
hold on, hold
weird?
on. What
Hold on.
happened?
No, no, no. I have a question because you got to be a real desperate woman to go to Jamaica to find a husband. Like I didn't even know that women went out to find husbands because I'm just trying to figure out unless she has a lot of money, what
Very
is
so
she?
T.
Wait, 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 wait. What is she gonna? She buying husbands now?
No, so
Like
T.
that
Let
is
me say
so
this, T. I'm
desperate.
not T. I mean, Tori.
That is weird.
It's a small amount, but not a lot. You see more women when they go to Jamaica. They go for the experience.
Right, I get it to go get some
yeah,
Jamaican love or whatever, but to forget
There
a
are some
husband?
women that do go outside the country to find a man, and there's a lot of these foreign men that say, "Oh no, you from the U.S. This is how y'all act."
No, but one thing I do know because I literally was having this conversation with this one lady. She was my Lyft driver, and she was white tea. And I swear to Bob, in my life, she was telling me how she does go to Jamaica or a parts of Africa. No, she said she's there. Like she really did tell me that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like I
I
said, but it's a small number.
A small number. And that's what I was saying to the gentleman Frost. I don't know if you live in America or if you live in Jamaica, but trying to create a movement based off of your small view of Jamaican men who you said themselves are going up there and offering themselves because they men are leaving the country and
No,
coming out alive.
Alexis,
How many of them are
there's
living
someone
off
who
the
said
women in
that there
America?
are
Excuse me, I
those
didn't cut
women
you
that
off.
are
How
smart
many of the
that make
women are
themselves